Bridge ground.
Yellow. It cut off.
Are you back on?
I am now. It was. I am. Yeah. It went click. It went blink.
Something's weird that's going on. It's like we got maybe something in the filter.
I don't know. I've never seen anything like this. All right, I'm back on.
All right, well, I'm trying to get back on. Hold on. Here I am. All right.
That was weird, right?
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Well,
Now that was super strange.
That is a bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah, can you see me?
I can see you.
I don't see you.
Really?
No.
Now you've got something. Wait a second. My thing cut off. What in the world?
I've never seen it like this before. It just zapped us right out of everything. There you are. Hey, buddy.
Hey,
All right,
I'm not really here. It's not really me.
No, it's because I don't know. We were talking, and all of a sudden, my screen just went black.
Yeah, that was really strange.
So I don't know.
Now I'm afraid to talk. I think I'm going to switch to sign language.
I mean, maybe it'll stop the restrictions or the shadow, whatever it's called. You know, you don't want to get in trouble and say something you're not supposed to say. We've never had any restrictions before, though.
We didn't say anything that was.
No. No.
We were talking the TikTok language. That's really weird.
All right, let's talk about your case. Guys, we're back. I don't know what happened. But this time I'm trying to fool them, Rich. When the screen went black over here, I went to my laptop and just clicked to the studio. Let's try and see if we get any restrictions. I think we're back up to 91 people, 94 people, so it's working.
Yeah, there's something above your head. I can't read it because my eyes aren't that good. Huh. That's strange. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good, yes.
All right.
All right. Guys in the chat, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, so I apologize. Rich, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay. You can see me?
Yep.
We're not being blacked out anywhere?
No, it feels like the old days.
You always get us in trouble, man.
No, it's always you getting me in trouble.
I
I feel like I just got put in time out.
feel like we just got in jail.
Mm-hmm. Can you call them and see if we're still in trouble?
I want to be the president of TikTok. I really do.
Maybe you shouldn't have said that.
Maybe that's what happened. All right, let's talk about this case real quick. Rich, we all followed that trial. And you and I are probably going to disagree a little bit. I know that my 86-year-old mom and I had a spat or two over the phone. You and I had a spat with her on the phone regarding the evidence in his trial. In your heart of hearts, what do you think happened on that evening, that night?
Exactly what the majority thinks.
So
that he did it.
So you think it's guaranteed as advertised by the government?
Yes. 100%. Remember, he also had an issue with substances and things of that nature. The guy,
Alec Murdaugh, up in South Carolina, guys. Sorry, we went from the little green people to the Alec Murdaugh case.
Yeah, he took over $9 million. He took people's. He would sue people on behalf of like his housekeeper and things of that nature, who he also was accused of unaliving. He'd take their money. You know, he'd win the case for them and keep their money. He kept his firm's money. He's got He's got two sentences he's serving, one for 27 years and one for 40 years. But unfortunately, they're concurrent, which that's what I was getting into at the beginning of the show. When it's concurrent like that, they take two separate crimes, but you can serve the time for both of them at the same time. So he's not going to serve 27 years and then 40 years or vice versa. He's going to serve 40 years and then he's going to get off time for good behavior and he's going to get out earlier on those charges. So it is very important that they do their best to put him back on the other charges. The one you just got to, afraid to say the word now.
So there's no question, and I saw that Jamie in Nashville and maybe a couple other ones were saying they agree with Rich. There's no question that everything the government advertised in that trial, you believe 100%, and you think he's responsible for it.
Yes, but I don't think he got charged for everything. That's the problem. I
What
mean,
do you
look at the girl on the boat. Well, it wasn't his fault. I'll grant you that it wasn't his fault, but he got his son out of trouble in that boating accident. Every single thing that this guy does is generally he's pushing the envelope going in the wrong direction, and he finally got caught.
Well, I don't want to make anyone mad in the community, but just because you defraud and steal doesn't make you a murder. How do you say that? I'm trying to not get
I
restricted.
don't know. I'm afraid to talk now because I'm
Yeah.
afraid I'm kicked
It
off.
doesn't make you a smurderer just because you steal from people and you have a substance abuse problem.
I agree. She was leaving him. And taking what little he had left. And that's that.
And I think he was trying to throw he was getting so much press because of the financial stuff. I think he was trying to get some.
Hey, hold on, Jamie. Hey, Vincent in the chat. Vincent says he's single, looking for somebody to date. Vincent, I'm hearing there's some amazing women over in Cape Horn, South Africa. I hear that they'll take care of you. So, Vincent, head on over there because you're about to get bleeped out of my community. Goodbye, Vincent. Click.
Oh my god! I didn't catch that one. That one's
Did
funny.
you?
Dang, the girls got it before I could say anything to him. So, Jamie, you believe everything the government's saying?
Yeah. He's lied about everything else. I mean, he hired someone to pew him to make him look
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. You are absolutely correct.
to make him look innocent, to make it look like someone was after his family. Why would you do that?
So let me ask you guys something serious, and it's a serious question, not trying to trigger you. So if you believe all of that was factual as to how the government laid it out, and no one's asked me my opinion yet, I'll share it if somebody asks me. But why does she feel the need, if it was going 100% in the government's favor, why did she feel the need to go in and put her scales on justice and tamper with the jury if all that evidence was so great?
I will tell you why, because
I'm all ears.
she was worried because he had gotten out of everything his whole entire career, gotten out of everything. And she sat there and she knew he was going to, you know how some of these attorneys are. You were involved in the Casey Anthony thing. You know what can be said at the beginning of a court hearing, and that's going to stick in your brain forever. She was worried the same thing. And it's the same way I listen to his attorney now, Dick Harpootlian. It just, you can hear it in his voice. He's trying to paint a picture. Oh, well, we have this new evidence now. We have new DNA. Well, of course you do, because other people were in that barn and in all those areas of the property where all this stuff took place. Of course there's other DNA.
I
But-
don't think there's proof against him though. Like I don't think there's concrete evidence against him, right? There's a lot of speculation and circumstantial evidence, but is there any hard proof?
No.
So if they had a jury that really did what the judge said, and there has to be proof beyond a shadow of a doubt, they would have all said he wasn't guilty.
Yeah, but you can have enough circumstantial evidence that I actually think that the state attorney's office in this case, if he actually tries to fight this, they're not sure he's going to yet, but if he actually does, they're going to go for the I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
It's impossible to do the DP
DP?
at this point on
That's
this
what they're
case.
saying.
It's impossible.
Why is that?
The attorney general, here's why. The attorney general came out and blurted that DP thing out, right? Because it wasn't on the table before. It's not going to be on the table now. That's in my opinion,
can't
it's just the attorney general who's getting ready to run for governor of South Carolina, trying to get his talking points in with Fox News.
It could be.
I mean, Rich, does this qualify for a DP case?
Honestly, I don't know everything they have, but supposedly they have new evidence as well. I haven't seen it, so I hate to even speculate on that. Hi, Tracy.
Hi. So I love this case. Now, wasn't there something though too in the trial? Do you guys remember because of where Maggie's cell phone was found? Didn't that expert they bring in testify like Alex definitely had it in his vehicle and he threw it out the window because of the rate of speed of his vehicle and like the phone? Didn't they prove that with that expert though too?
Yeah, I'm starting to remember all these little details that I'd forgotten about, but I believe you're right on that as well. And that did kind of that got him.
Yeah. So, Richard, are you in Telegram? Rich, did you see our thread in Telegram? No.
You're trying to get me in trouble for not being on.
Sorry, but Becky Hill was just as bad as like Alex without committing the schmurders crime, but like the charges and the crimes that she's committed, how she's stolen like so much money.
Mm-hmm.
So they said there was like 12 grand that she basically like embezzled, and like 2 grand were just like considered general funds, but $10,000 she stole that was like federal money for families and children who needed that money, and she took.
Just as bad.
Right? And I saw like when I was like first researching, they said she pled guilty to 3 counts. Like it was like 2 counts of misconduct in office, 1 count of perjury, and like 1 count of obstructing justice. But supposedly there was like 4 counts that she pled guilty to. So total abuse of power on her part too.
So Tracy, answer my riddle. If this was so good and the prosecution and the government laid it out so great, why did Becky Hill feel the need to go and tamper with the jury if it was such great evidence? I mean, I'm asking. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she didn't want any doubts. Like she needed the solid guilty verdict. But did you guys see too? Like, so I can't remember like with the trial outcome, like with his guilt, but like the one juror said like they were questionable about it the whole time. So like, did they not say he was guilty? Like that juror? Like I thought it was unanimous.
It was. I think it was. There was one juror that came out and said that lady, what's her name? Nancy?
Becky.
Becky.
Yeah.
Becky. She kind of went over to the guilty side because of something Becky said.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Jamie? Do you believe what they're saying, what they're laying out? You said you'll give your opinion if somebody asks.
Yeah, I think he should get the death penalty. I was just like to get a rise out of Rich.
I was going to try to cut you off because I know what you do. I was going to say he's just trying to make me mad because he'll argue with you. And then when you finally break down because you're exhausted and agree with him, he'll switch sides on you.
I mean, and if you think about it, and I saw this in the chat, who else could have done it?
I said that, yeah. Who else?
Yeah.
Who else could have done it?
Yeah.
Nope.
Who else had access? Who else, and those footprints, I don't know. I mean, you can't beat the footprints.
Yeah.
Right.
And like Maggie's vehicle being like moved, like he staged it. So
And why would he lie about the amount of time, like the amount of time he spent at his mom's?
Correct.
Right.
Like he lied about that.
Yep. And
Give
telling
himself
that
an alibi.
Yeah, and telling the caregiver, oh, just say I was here for this amount of time to make it sound like he was there longer. Like he had all the lies in place to try to cover himself, and then Paul's Snapchat video just gave it away. He busted himself. So
But here's the problem though. That I don't think they can get the DP on the table. I think that was just really and truly a political stunt by the attorney general. I wish they would. I mean, Rich, we've seen a lot of these crazy cases and a lot of violence and a lot of people unalived. This is as sick as they come.
Yeah, it is. It is one of the sickest.
Yeah. And
But
do you
I'm like
remember?
her.
Yeah.
I'm like Becky. I get nervous because I've seen it and you've seen it. You know somebody is absolutely 100% guilty. There should be no doubt whatsoever in a jury's mind. And you've seen them turn around for some unknown reason and say, let them go.
Yeah.
Casey Anthony is the perfect example of that.
Yes. There you go.
Yep. Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Yep. Just the Murdaugh family. Do you guys remember what they said, what Alex Murdaugh's dad did to Alex's mom? How he posted her obituary when she was still alive?
No.
Ooh, this is wild.
Hey, thank you, Monty, for that. Thank you for the subscription, Monty.
So, Alex Murdaugh's dad, back in the day, I think his mom was like kind of stepping out on the dad, and the dad posted her obituary in the newspaper, and people were like coming to the house and like paying respects, and she's like, "Hey, I'm still alive," and they think he did it as a way to scare her, like, know your place. So, yeah. Apple doesn't
That's
fall
crazy.
far from the tree in that family.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
Well, Rich, and also since you're not in Telegram, we were denied for Tabitha Tudor's FOIA because it's an active investigation. Boo.
Yeah.
Well, I just, I don't know, this case, it's getting ready to crank up. I mean, the prosecutor did say that he wants this tried by the end of the year. Here's another question I'll ask you guys on the panel and then in the chat, of course, too, because a lot of you guys watch this thing. Is there any chance? Now, his defense attorney came out and did a press conference today when they announced they were going to sue Becky Hill, right? Which it's, let me tell you, I've worked cases like that on the defense's angle. And I'm going to tell you, if what's out there that I think's out there, it's going to screw up this entire case. And it may change it may overturn a lot of convictions on a lot of cases. Because what if Becky Hill has done this in the past?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And now,
go back and look at every case she said in.
well, and here's the deal, guys. Once you file that civil lawsuit, I mean, they're going to have complete subpoena power into Becky's finances and yada, yada, yada. And I saw some people in the comments even said it was possibly about money, but that could change a lot, Rich Brown, if we find out that Miss Becky Hill's been playing judge behind the scenes.
Now, what are you going to do if you're a defense attorney for all these people with these past convictions? I'm going after that. Just because they're...
Well, I'm going to be headed to the Supreme Court once that evidence comes out, and you're going to see a lot of cases potentially overturned because Becky wanted to play God and judge and
Possibly
execution.
all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You imagine all the people that are going to be getting out of prison.
Oh my God.
Gosh. That and like to build on like Becky Hill's charges when like with like the money she stole, and they said there was like 5 other county clerks in South Carolina that got charged for doing that also.
Wow.
So that is insane. Like just so much corruption.
Yeah.
I mean, that certainly can change a lot. Think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, just up in Knoxville, Tennessee today, they indicted like a ton of people that were, the former sheriff of the Knox County Sheriff's Office, a bunch of people from that era when he was sheriff, and I think a couple of current Knox County deputies were indicted by a grand jury for corruption and taking tax money, from what I understand. So, good God, look at that case. That's going to. I mean, if I was from the defense on that, that's going to be it's going to be a party.
Yep.
Yeah.
On getting things overturned because of corrupt people.
His attorney sounds good too, doesn't he? I was listening to him today.
Oh, I like his attorney.
Yeah, I hate to admit that, but he's very smooth and he's very calm. Thank you.
What, Dick Harpootlian or Jim
Yes.
Giffen? I think it's
Dick Harpootlian. He's very smooth.
He is smooth, but like when I saw him the other day and how he said that, they thought there would be like new evidence to bring in new suspects or something, and I just wanted to scream like, total crap. He's just trying to make him look good, but
And
Well,
I
you-
also saw that they said that his financial crimes cannot be. I don't say they can't be used, but the in-depthness that they went into on his first trial, they can't do that again in the second one.
That doesn't make sense. Why not?
interesting. Yeah.
And I think they're going to have a hard time finding a jury who doesn't know something about this case by now.
Absolutely.
That,
So wait a
that
minute. You
makes
heard
me
they
wonder.
can't bring that into the second trial?
Not to the full extreme that they did on the first murder trial.
That's odd.
They can use it, obviously, but they can't. That can't be like their sole focus. They have to bring something else. And I don't remember where I saw that at. Probably just when I was scrolling through Facebook on one of the news channels or something.
Well, that's kind of odd.
Yeah. Okay, poll is up to vote.
Is he guilty?
Let's see. I'm trying to find it on here. Okay, here we go. Oh man, this is not. I mean, there's still a minute left. You guys really? You want me to tell you the results? I think I'm one of the no's out of the two.
You don't think he's guilty?
It's not that I don't think he's.
See?
It's not that I don't think. Wait a
He just
minute.
said he did. Didn't
Hold
he?
on. Someone else just
Okay.
joined the no's. So now we have 3 no's. Daryl says guilty.
Yep.
Yeah.
50 seconds left. I mean, it's a blowout for the poll.
Yeah.
See how Jamie did that, guys? Though he
Yeah.
was arguing one side, and then he just turned around and flipped it on you.
Yeah.
The numbers are going up with the yeses.
There's only 3 people who said no.
My friend Miss Marjorie's in here. She's saying guilty.
Yeah. But I'll drop down if you want to pull someone.
Hold on.
I'll
Let's get the
spell it.
results out here. Hold on. 23
I was
seconds.
gonna say if someone who said no wants to come up and talk and we can discuss. I'll drop down.
All right. So, I mean, it was 31-3 when a lot of people voted, but I was one of the 3.
See, that's scary, though. That's all it takes.
Oh,
One
Yeah.
vote.
yeah.
So now you need
Yep.
to explain why you don't think he's guilty.
Here's the deal. So I think he's guilty, right? But here's the deal. I don't think he's going to be found guilty in the second trial.
I worry about that.
That's
Yeah, I
scary.
worry about that too.
Yeah.
I mean, the attorneys know the lay of the land. I mean, his attorney is he's a very smart guy. But, and I said it before, my concern is you have Becky Hill over there putting her fingers on Lady Justice, right? Why did she do that? Because she was a career person. She's been in that courtroom and seen these cases and cases and cases. So either A, she's been doing it from day one, or B, she saw that, hey, wait a minute, this may not be going the way it should be going. Let me go tamper with the jury. That's why. I think there's some problems with the prosecution.
I don't know that he'll be found guilty again, but I do definitely think he's guilty.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah. Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
And how old is he? I mean,
57.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
even if he does 30 years, he might not be alive by that.
Yeah.
He may still end up spending the rest of his life in prison.
But here's the problem with that, Jamie. That's great. I mean, I got what you're saying, but his biggest thing, Murdaugh's biggest thing is he doesn't want that label associated with him as a murderer.
Yeah.
Did you know that, Rich? That's like a mind thing for him. He doesn't want that label.
Yes.
He's an
But I do think
outstanding-
he's guilty.
Yeah.
You know, if I was
Yeah.
going to go to any of these trials that we cover on this thing, that would be one I would want to go cover, I think.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would love to know too, like how like the guy who currently owns Moselle, like Jamie, do you and like Rich, you two, do you guys think that SLED did a decent enough job like searching the property? Like they supposedly searched the lake or water on the property, but like I don't know. I just really wonder like where he put the poo-poos so quick.
Well, he had to go back into the house to clean up.
Yeah, because the towel. Yeah.
And what did he take? He took that raincoat or whatever to his mom's. Were they maybe wrapped in there? Or did they not find him there?
Oh, I
They
forgot
might-
about that. With
They
the
might
tarp.
not have found him. I don't know.
Yeah.
They should be able to, if they found the right ones, they should be able to compare it.
Yeah.
But who knows what he did with them? Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Do you guys think that Blanca is 100% innocent of everything?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Do
now
you?
ask my mom that, my 86-year-old
Yeah.
mom. She's going to say the opposite. She had a different take on that. But she
Yeah.
thinks he's guilty. I mean, there's no question about that. But as far as,
Yeah.
but yeah, she has a whole different take on that.
Yeah.
It's
Like how Blanca said she knew right away that he did it once she saw
Right.
that he had the towel in his truck. But going back to like the law firm and how Alex stole like everyone's money, and that's how like Blanca had her start when she was his interpreter. So it's like, did she see a lot of extra money that maybe she shouldn't have been paid? I don't know.
So somebody in the chat said that they're buried with his dad. How soon after this happened did his dad pass?
Mm.
Is that
Was it-
possible?
Was it his mom? Was it his mom or dad that passed when he was in jail and they didn't release him for it? I think that was his mom.
Yeah, I think his dad passed right after his wife and son.
Okay.
3 days, Dixie Frank said.
That's right. Okay.
But that could definitely be a possibility.
Yeah. True. That's true.
And somebody in the
Exactly.
chat wants to know where he was getting the money to pay his lawyers.
By suing
Lawyers were
what
very
they-
clear about that. He said that they took a big fat retainer for the original case, and they're charging it as a flat fee. And the lawyers are going to continue. There's no money coming in, no new monies, but basically it was from the original fee.
And what happens when they win this case?
What do you mean? The civil case or the criminal case?
The criminal case. It's free advertisement.
Mhm.
They
Oh
win
yeah,
this case,
without a question,
it's going to be worth millions.
millions. Yeah.
They both should have retired by now, anyhow. But I forget what else I was gonna say. There's like another point I had. Ooh. But there were some people saying, like some of Maggie's friends were saying that her and Blanca weren't as close as like what Blanca like made it out to be though either. But I mean that's something minute, but I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder. All right, but I'll let
Hold
you
on,
guys-
I didn't know this, but I guess they're suing her for $600K. Is that correct?
Oh, I didn't see an amount today.
I don't know.
Yeah, someone said it was $600K. I mean, that's
They'll
a
get a
lot of
public
money
laugh.
for. Becky doesn't have
I was
600,000.
going to say, she doesn't have 600.
No.
They'll probably go into her book sales.
Yeah.
They'll take money from that.
Yeah. And she said they were saying she only made like 10 grand from her book sales, but once that
Correct.
she got in trouble for like plagiarizing the BBC reporter's work. So I think they lost like the profits they made from that anyhow. And I think Amazon pulled the book, I think too, if I read correctly.
She's just doing so well for herself.
Isn't she though?
Right?
Unbelievable.
Goodness.
All
Yeah.
right, so we'll close it out. But let me ask you guys on the panel: is this is this her first time of playing God,
No.
judge, and
No.
execute? I shouldn't say that. Is this her first time?
Nope. I think her hands are dirty.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Somebody said that she got money every time there was a guilty verdict or something. I saw
What?
somewhere. I don't know. I just saw that somewhere.
That's crazy.
She got
I'm going
paid.
to predict that those attorneys are going to make a fortune off of getting all the rest of the people out of jail
Yes,
after
Yeah.
this is all said and done.
True.
that state's going to be very busy.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, thank you. I didn't mean to get us in trouble with all the restrictions.
Yeah.
We've never had that. Tracy, and you guys been here day one. We haven't had any restrictions before.
No. No, I think the one time we had like the warning when you were chewing on your glasses. That was it.
Serious?
Yeah. Yeah, they thought he was smoking something when he was like chewing on his glasses the one time.
That's funny.
And that was it. So this is our first like big one. But
I
look,
think
like,
it's when he threw my name out there trying to get me in trouble. He got me in trouble.
oh goodness.
Let me ask you, ladies, something before you
Yeah.
before you go off, and we're going to end this one early, but unless somebody's got another topic,
Yes. Somebody just set it up in the chat. The crash.
what is it?
The crash.
Yeah, I want to dive into that tomorrow. Absolutely.
That's crazy.
But here's the deal with the crash. I'm hearing, Rich. I don't know if you're familiar with the case. If not, you need to watch it because we're gonna dive into that one head first tomorrow because I'm interested in it. And let me tell you something. From what I understand, Netflix has done some amazing documentaries, but I'm hearing they really either intentionally dropped the ball or they dropped the ball for being just not on top of things. They're interviewing witnesses that weren't really there. They're talking to family members that really didn't know anything.
Well,
And-
the one kid's sister, the boyfriend's sister, is starting her own podcast just to call. She was pretty happy with it, but she's going to be calling out the differences in what's real and what was part of the movie.
Oh, she's going to go out public on that?
She's starting a podcast, like something.
She should, because
like
from what I read today, there were a couple of lawyers who were like, wait a minute, there may even be some liable stuff involved in that
Oh
documentary.
yeah.
So,
Well, the Mackenzie's dad apparently lost his job after that came out.
oh, I'm sure. But Rich, you got to get up to speed on that one. It's a good case.
We're talking about the boat crash, right?
No.
No.
What are we talking
A
about?
young girl sped 100 miles an hour into a building with her boyfriend and one of his friends, and she went to prison for a double murder. I don't know how she survived.
I'll watch it tonight, actually.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot to dive into. But golly, man, this system is crazy. All right, so let me ask you ladies something. There's a lot of stuff out there with fraud and theft. I just want to put it in the chat to see if you guys have any interest. Would there be any interesting people have an interest in having the senior director of security for LifeLock to come on for about 30 minutes to talk about scams and frauds?
For LifeLock?
She's like the senior director of security.
That's like stuff to like look out for.
Yeah.
You think?
It's gonna be a good idea. There's a lot of
Yeah,
them out there nowadays.
Yeah.
It's getting worse.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
And so
So,
many things
yeah.
you can't tell if it's fake or real anymore. So I think it'd be a good idea.
You guys will
Agreed.
fall in love with her. She's just a jolly gal and very smart and senior VP over security for LifeLock. She's got the job, right? So we thought about it today. I'm like, I'll give her a call, and she's like, I'm all in. Whatever you want to do. So I think it would be
Cool.
helpful.
Yeah, for sure. Bring her on.
Like all these frauds that are in this chat. I'll give you 10K
Right.
if you could say. I mean, believe it or
Yeah.
not, a lot of that stuff comes out of Cape Town, South Africa.
Huh.
We don't have an extradition treaty with South Africa, right? And I that's an untouched area. And real quick, I met her back in the day. I did a case where a senior principal of a hospital was involved in one of these scams, and it cost her $1.9 million. And it was a romantic scam. So, but there's a lot of stuff that pops up on social media, especially this platform, that we could look out for that possibly she could help. But I wanted to ask you guys before we invited her up.
I like it.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, guys.
You can tell them what we used to do with these people, too. We had this game Jamie and I would play where we'd keep them on the phone as long as human beings. And one of the other of us would act like just a total goober, for lack of better terminology. And we would keep them going and going and going and going until they finally realized that we were messing with them. And then it would get more fun.
My mom's
They-
boyfriend would do that too. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
Then one more housekeeping matter, guys. What I've got you up here. I was approached today by a friend of mine. I'm going to bring him on the show. Highly respected lawyer. He was with the Florida Attorney General's office, statewide prosecution. He assisted in coming up with the parameters and the diagram for what they use today for how do I say that on TikTok? The SA for kids. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk in encryption. But he set a lot of those computer programs up for the state of Florida, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. He was really big in the children's missing clearinghouse for the warehouse for the kids. But I was offered, I called him today, and he has an interest in catching some pedophiles
Yes.
on a live. So I don't
Nice.
know if you guys would
Okay.
have an interest in watching that.
Yes.
He's going to show me and basically give me all the tools for what chat rooms to go into. But
Oh,
you
wow.
literally can start tracking and you're going to pose as a 13-year-old boy or girl, whatever the case is, and start attracting those pedos and literally start working cases right on the live.
Oh wow.
That's pretty cool.
So
Yeah.
I spoke with Rich about it. Rich was like, yeah, I don't know. But our lawyer says it's happening. There is a guy that somewhere on one of these platforms, he's he's helped arrest over 150 pedos for just these chat rooms. So that may be something we maybe would do for a marathon
Okay.
and see if we
That's a
can
good idea.
throw out some bait, no pun intended, and see if we can hook some bad guys that way and turn the evidence over to law enforcement and they do their thing. So just wanted to see if you guys
As
would have
long
an
as we're
interest.
safe and not going to get in trouble for anything.
Right.
we can
No.
bring in some
There's some
bad guys.
there's some rules that you do and there's some guardrails and that come with that keep you in the center. So you're basically just being sought out by these guys and they're doing the talking. And you just start logging all the evidence. So I mean, it's something we may look at doing. Rich is
Yeah.
not a big fan, but I think once Rich sees it laying out, he'll like, okay, this will work. So
See him coming up behind you right now and grabbing you and carting you off.
what?
I can just see the cops coming up behind you and carting you off.
They won't be carting me off. They'll be carting the freaking pedo guy off. But there's a lot of that on there, guys. I mean, this stuff is crazy with these the violence against
So
these
sad.
kids. It's
Yeah.
something has to. Yeah, our UK friend says it's a big thing in the UK already. So I mean, it's yeah, Dateline with Chris Hansen. He did something similar to that, but he actually went out and they did a sting operation in these houses and caught them in the act. So we'll see what happens. All right, ladies, I salute you. Rich, you've got to salute
Thanks.
the ladies.
Saluting you back.
Yep. Saluting.
All right, guys, thank you so much.
I think so.
Yeah, Rich, I think we're going to try that, and I'll get with Tom tomorrow and see what that looks like.
What is that thing above your head?
I don't know. I'm on the computer. I don't know what
It's
the
like
heck.
28%, or is that your
Maybe
battery
my
life?
battery thing. I don't know. I'll move it up here.
You did.
I don't know what the hell all this is. Good night to your voices. We appreciate it. Monty is trying to come up. Hey, Monty.
Hey, sir. How are you?
What's up, sir? How are you?
Not too bad. I wanted to ask you a question, and maybe you can help me out with this. I've been having an issue with my father sending gift cards to women, supposedly women online.
Oof.
And I'm not talking I'm talking 4 years straight. And I keep telling him to stop. And he looks at me and tells me to mind my own effing business.
How old is your pops, Monty, if you can share it?
He'll be 71 in November.
I mean, without knowing more of the details, I can only assume and guess, but that just,
And he's doing,
your spidey
he's
senses go
doing,
up.
he's doing it on WhatsApp.
Yeah, that's a good, well, it's a very famous platform for that scam. I mean, here's the deal. He's an adult, so he's going to make his own decisions. But what we need to do is find out where these cards are going, Monty, and prove to him that it's probably some fat guy sitting in South Africa in a boiler room. There's some things you can do, but unless you show him black and white, he still is not going to believe it. Can I give you a short reason why? It's a story.
Why is that?
I had a gal that was a senior vice president of a large, well-known hospital. She was a smart cookie, buddy. Double or triple PhD, doctorates. But she called me one day. She's like, hey, can you run a background check on a guy? I've just got a suspicion. I'm single. And she was lying to me, Monty. She'd been sending this guy money for almost 9 months, but she was kind of like, something just wasn't right with her. Long story short, and I'll kick the ball down the field. I ran a background. She retained our firm, ran a background, and I'm like, none of this tracks. I'm like, what's going on here? Well, I met him on this app, and we started a conversation on WhatsApp. It's very famous. And it's just little strange things. I think he's maybe married or he's cheating. And I wanted to look at her. And this is in my office. I wanted to throw her out the 18th story window for being so stupid, right? So I looked at this lady. I'm like, you know this is a scam. She's like, oh, no. Monty, kick it down the road really quick. After I looked into this guy and proved that he was a scammer, she wired him over $900,000 in 30 days.
Oh my goodness.
Rich, I don't know. There are buzzers going off.
You know, I'm telling you, it's those people from outer space have gotten into the.
Could you hear that?
Yes.
But Monty, she wired him all this money after I showed her. And like I said, your pops, I mean, you got to do something, because what's going to happen? They're going to take all his money.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to take all his money.
Because I keep track of his money. Well, he's his own overseer, but I go by the bills and everything, and he lives with me, and I go off of what he pays me every month towards our bills, and then what other bills he has, and then after all said and done, he's got about $700 to $800 left. Well, he's broke before the 3rd or the 4th of the month. And I confronted him this past month about it and everything, and he finally came out, because I told him the truth. The truth will stretch a long way. I said, I want you to be truthful with me, and he told me that he's been buying cards. I said, so what cards are you buying? How much are you buying? And needless to say, he's spending every bit of what he has left over every month towards cards to send to this woman online. And I say, you think it? Yeah, I said, you think it's real? I said, it's not real, Dad. I said, WhatsApp is the devil's app. That's what I call WhatsApp. It's the devil's app. I said, and the numbers are Nigerian numbers. So he don't want to listen to me or anything, but I don't know how I go about making him listen to me to realize that he's not doing the right thing.
I mean, let me ask you this. I don't want to embarrass your father at all. I mean, it's a very personal topic, Monty, as you well know. I mean, is he in love with this woman, or is it a romantic thing?
I don't know. I've asked him. I said, "What are you getting out of it?" I said, "Are you talking to her?" is she FaceTiming you? And he says, no, she's not doing none of it. I said, then what are you getting out of it? I said, you're being flim-fammed, and you're not getting nothing out of this, and you're sending this person. I said, it may not even be a woman. I said, it may be some fat, ugly guy.
Well, he is some dude. Can you sneak the number or sneak some of those numbers that he's calling?
Yeah, I can. When I can get a hold of his phone and everything, I'll grab all the numbers off his WhatsApp page.
Thinking what I'm thinking. Call them up.
Yeah, we'll just call him. I don't care. We'll just call him up. We'll call him. Dude, what is going on? Is the
You
aliens
know
here?
what? You're doing that.
No, I'm not doing anything. I am not doing one thing.
You are a lizard.
No,
man,
I'm not
aren't you?
doing nothing.
What does everybody think? Some guy told him one time he was a lizard man.
What is, Monty, what the hell is going on with this computer?
Are you serious? You didn't
No, Rich,
really do
I
that?
give you my word. I'm not doing anything.
Now you're normal. Don't touch anything. You're normal now.
I don't know what that was. I mean,
Yeah,
Monty,
I'll-
here's the deal. Let me tell you how bad this case got. And I finally fired this lady, and let me tell you, she paid me my firm a lot of money. But I felt like I was scamming her, right? This is how it ended with this woman. I told her, I'm like, look, here's a scam. I had all the information. I had the address. I had the boiler room. I had pictures of inside the boiler room where this was happening that I had paid somebody to go do that was in Cape Town. And the last straw that broke the camel's back, she calls me one day. She's like, okay, listen, he just got injured in a fire. He, quote unquote, was an oil rig worker in the Gulf, and their rig blew up. He's been in the hospital. That's why I haven't heard from him. And he needs, you ready for this, Monty? This woman runs a well-known hospital. She says they won't let him out of the hospital until he pays his bill. And I look at her and I'm like, are you really that stupid? She's like, well, you know, Texas is different. I'm like, do you have an address of where he's at? Oh, yeah, I have the address. Monty, I Googled it. All I did was it was a veterinarian clinic for dogs and cats, small animals.
Sometimes you just can't help. I mean, you can't help.
So here's the deal.
What it-
She sent him the $90-some thousand. And I when she did that, I'm like, I'm done. I said, by the way, you're not getting a refund. And she paid a lot of money to that firm. We did a lot of work. I'm like, no refund, but you're done. We're fired. And so as that relates to your dad, man, you're in a tough pickle.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really sad.
because he pays me so much a month, and that's for us to pay rent, electricity, water, and then internet. And then he don't help me every month. He don't help me every month with groceries. Any extra doings, I had to pay for it out of my pocket. So I'm basically covering everything by myself. Beside he helps with rent, electric, water, and internet. When it comes to groceries, I pay it all out of my pocket.
Yeah, there's a guy on here. They're talking about Doc Compton. I think I've seen I guess he does scammers online. So you may search him out. I know he's on this platform, Monty.
Yeah, I know who Doc Compton is.
I don't know if he would. I don't know what he does or if he would do that. But either way, if you get us a phone number, we'll definitely look into it. Here's the last question I'll ask you. When he does that, are you on his bank account as well?
No. Me and my sister, my dad has to go sign a paper with Social Security office. He keeps refusing to go sign the paper. But me and my sister went to court not long ago and found out that my sister is the head overseer of my dad, and I'm second and everything.
So it's like a power of an attorney over your father's finances?
Yeah, my sister's first, and then I'm the second. But Social Security office will not do anything until Dad signs that paper at the Social Security office, and he refuses to go up there and sign that paper at the Social Security office.
Did he say that sister has power of attorney?
They both do, Lisa.
Both of us do.
You should be able to take that directly to the bank and tell the bank what is happening and stop anything else from going in through that account.
Yep.
He goes in at the first of every month and draws all of his money off of his cards.
And then now you go in on the 25th and close that account and move his Social Security and tell the bank not to tell the bank why. And with your power of attorney, the bank should help you.
But Social Security office won't do anything unless he signs the paper with them. And the bank says they can't do anything unless Social Security steps in and says that it needs to be done. And until the paper is signed by him stating that we can oversight all of his fundings and everything, because it's just not his disability. He also draws a military pension. He served 25 years in the U.S. military.
So he hasn't signed the power of attorney.
Not fully with the Social Security Department, no.
No. Well, I mean, I'm going to agree. I work for a caregiving agency. That's what I do for a living. I manage a caregiving agency. And we've had this happen with, not so much with the WhatsApp scams, but with others. And we've had multiple families that we've sat down with and told them, get your power of attorney. I've gone to doctor's appointments with clients to say family needs control, and the doctors will give them the paperwork they need to get competency letters so that the family can control finances. But if a judge or if your father has signed a power of attorney, at least in the state of Mississippi, in Louisiana, the bank should honor that power of attorney.
Well, Social Security said they won't do nothing unless he signs a paper, and he refuses to sign that paper.
But that's just for the Social Security. I'm assuming he gets direct deposited from the Social Security.
Yes, it gets direct deposit into his checking account, and then
and just have the bank transfer one account to another.
Yeah,
and then that's on his Social Security. Well, on his military pension, it goes to a different bank.
Well, then you go to that second bank, bring that same power of attorney,
Yep.
and do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I would go to the bank.
But if
Lonnie.
you
That's where it's gonna start.
legally, if you have a power of attorney, the bank, any bank, however many different banks he deals with, they should all honor that power of attorney.
Well, then my sister would have to do it because she's the lead on it.
Correct. That part I'm going to agree. The lead has to be the one, and or sometimes the power of attorney. I know my mother's power of attorney is myself and one of my younger sisters. And we both have to sign, not just one of us. So, I mean, I would be pulling out that power of attorney and reading that power of attorney.
I'll put it to you all this way. It's been so bad that he went and and I about died when I found this out. He went and put his title to his car up on a lien to get money to send to this person.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
And you're right. It probably is some big, massive dude that's on the other line of that. And that's so sad. And they're usually in countries where you can't get them. So
We had a client that was paying the lady in the subdivision for quote unquote massages at $1,700 a month, twice a month. When his daughter found out she wanted to have a stroke.
yeah, that'd be a hard one to take. Abracadabra's in the room, and she has the same issue with her brother. She posted a little bit ago, but it was moving so fast and couldn't bring her up. But if you want to come up and tell us about your brother too, same scenario.
She came into my office because we had caregivers sitting with her dad. And she was like, I can't figure out when this is happening. And we worked with the family and was able to get a stop to it. Naturally, we brought in the police, we brought in attorneys, and we got it fixed. But like I said, I work with the elderly, so check your power of attorney, Monty. That's going to be, I mean, I understand going after the bad guys, but your easiest fix is probably that power of attorney. And you should be able to bypass Dad's signature with that power of attorney.
Well, I went in and I erased, last time I had a hold of his phone, I erased 3 of the numbers off the WhatsApp. And I don't, and my dad ain't that intelligent. And he still was able to pull them right back up. So, but I ask him all the time, are you getting anything out of this? And he says, no. I said, then why send the money? Why send the money?
Does he carry an Apple phone? You can't lock it?
No, he's got an Android.
I was going to say, lock it like we do the kids, because my granddaughter can't download anything. I don't know how Androids work, so I can't help you there.
But I will get a hold of his phone, and I will get them numbers off of WhatsApp. And once I get them and everything, I will contact Jamie and get Jamie the numbers, and he can see what he can't run off of them. But I know the numbers are Nigerian numbers. That's no doubt about that. I know that for a fact because they're all coming in as Nigerian numbers.
Didn't you one time, Jamie, have one of the guys tell you that, hey, if people are going to give me their money, I'm going to take it?
Yep.
From Nigeria, I think.
Nope. I did a whole series on the news. One of the reporters and I went undercover for the news and did this. And I finally told the guy after we were like 2 or 3 days talking, I'm like, hey, this is the deal. I know you're a piece of human will, you know what? And he started laughing. And I said, hey, this is who I am. I said, we're just doing a series. He's like, yeah, I understand. By the way, you can't get me extradited. I'm like, I understand that. I said, can you tell me how it works? And he broke the whole thing down on for the TV series we were doing for the news. Gazillions of dollars. But here's the deal. He's like, as long as Americans are that stupid, we're going to continue taking money. And I wanted to reach through the phone and just, you know what I wanted to do, Monty? A good old West Virginia, you know what? And I said, okay, that may be true for the romance stuff. I said, what about the elderly people? He's like, well, it is what it is. They're casualties of what we're doing here. And I'm like, I wanted to just box the guy out of the phone, but I couldn't get to him. Evil people. Evil.
But yeah, it's every bit of maybe 2 or 3 minutes to get the numbers out of his phone. Now, as far as going in and blocking everything or whatever, he's going to get clued that that happened or whatever, and
Yep.
he's going to start speaking. So I don't want to do that stuff and just knock it out or whatever. But I can go in and get the number, and if that could be helpful to us or whatever, then I would rather do that at first before I go in and start blocking things, because he's gonna catch wind that I blocked everything, and then he's gonna get mad at me, and then I have to listen to him cry like a baby.
Well, like Lisa said, and I can attest to this. Rich went through something similar with his mom. If you had the power of attorney, forget the Social Security thing. The Social Security, they don't bank the money. You have to have that money transferred to your bank. So, man, if you guys had the POA, go shut those outbound expenditures off. I mean, they can do that with just you guys, with you and your sister alone. Just tell them, hey, it's a scam, and we need to stop
Report
any
to
money's
the bank.
being sent. Yeah.
I'll talk to my sister about that. But I wanted to, because I heard you talking about that LifeLock and everything, and I figured you might be able, with your background and everything, you might be able to tell me what I can and can't do, so on and so forth like that.
And I will say the Secret Service has a unit for that. That's not entirely out of the picture. And I even saw in the chat somebody was suggesting, you can try to report it to your local police, Monty, but they're not going to do anything because it's consensual. I mean, unless he is just absolutely not in control of his faculties.
Is he a vet?
Yes, 25
Talk
years.
to your VA. Talk to your VA social worker. She can help
She
you
can help
also.
too. But the cops aren't really going to do anything because it's consensual. That's the bad thing about it.
Yep, but I would definitely, if he's a vet, lean on those veteran services. They'll be able to help.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And as hard as I know a lot of families don't like to hear it, sometimes to protect them, you've got to make them mad.
Yeah, I understand.
And
That's what I want.
if getting mad protects his financial futures, then sometimes that's just kind of the hard road
Yeah.
that needs to be taken in as gentle way as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, we've taken car keys from people that sworn I had one guy go buy a new car. His daughter sold his car. He said, "Oh no way." He went and bought another one. They sold that one too.
Now, you're in a pickle, Monty. I mean, it's going to be uncomfortable no matter what happens. But man, they're going to wipe him out. Is what's going to happen eventually. You won't have anything.
That's what I'm afraid of, because he done hawked his title to get money to send her and everything, send to this person and everything. So,
Well, he should be designated a social service worker with the VA.
Yeah, that's true.
And the VA has more resources than your local police department. They have a legal department. As if he has access to those services, that would be my first stop.
yeah, I don't know what he has access to with them.
He
Or
should
whatever.
have a decent amount of benefits through the VA. He should have all of them.
Well, I'll put it to y'all this way. He's 71 years old, okay? He refuses to get medical insurance.
He doesn't have benefits through the VA?
Not no more. After my mother passed away in 2021 and everything, uh, he was set with her insurance with Department of Human Services, which didn't declare him to be able to draw both insurances from the VA and from Department of Human Services. So he lost the TRICARE with the VA. Well, for him to get that TRICARE back, he has to go sign that paper at the Social Security office to get that TRICARE insurance back. And until he signs that paper, he cannot get it back.
And you had a private attorney draw up the legal power of attorney.
Yeah, it was a private attorney.
Yep, you're gonna have to stand a hard ground, but you're losing a lot of services with the VA, sir.
Oh, I know I am. And it's not like I just grab him by the neck and lead him to where he needs to go and make him sign. He's got to make that decision on his own and everything. And then it's just getting real hectic for me and everything because I'm having to forfeit everything. And then if I don't do something that he wants or whatever, he gets mad at me because of that I don't do it. And then therefore we have to sit and argue for 15, 20, 30 minutes. And then I just bought me a car back 2 months ago. And before that, I was driving his vehicle here, there, and everywhere. Well, my car's been in the shop being fixed because when I bought it, it needed some work done on it. So I paid out the money to have all the work done on it before I drove it. Well, anytime we got into an argument or whatever, he'd hold the car over my head and say, well, you can't drive my vehicle. So there I was, stuck. And I have to watch what I say to him and everything like that.
I first thing I would do, I'd go to the bank and say, hey, this is a scam. He's being scammed, and here's the power of attorney. Shut it off, and they'll stop that.
I've told him that he's needed to pay for food, and he looks at me and tells me that he ain't got the money to.
He don't have any money. He's giving it all to the scam. I don't know, Monty.
You guys are gonna have to break down and accept the fact you've got to use that power of attorney.
Yeah.
If not, Dad's gonna get sick. Dad's gonna need services in some form or fashion. And you're going to wish you had those VA services. Your life would be, and Dad's life would be so much better if you had his VA services. I would go to the bank and then I would go to the VA with your power of attorney and leave Dad at home. No, leave Dad at home.
Yeah, leave him at
You and your sister take your power of attorney, go to the bank and the VA. With the power of attorney, you should make progress. And I deal with the VA every day.
I'll have to call my sister and set it up because he goes out on the road with his brother for like weeks on end. So when he's out on the road, I could go get my sister and we could go and do all this stuff.
That would be my first two stops. The bank to close that account.
Yeah.
Or to at least stop the withdrawals. And then I would head to the VA and say, I need help and this is why. And let the VA give you direction from there.
All right.
Yeah, Monty, let us know if there's anything we can do. Let us know.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going on vacation this week. I'll be leaving out Thursday, and then I think it's the first week in June. I think the first week in June is when he's going to go back out on the road with his brother. So that may be the week that I'll be able to hit it or whatever.
I
I
mean,
could go down and get this.
we can deploy Rich undercover. We can put him in a wig and look like a big old giant circus woman and knock on the door and say, "Hey, honey, I'm home." I'm your love of your life. You better send your money to me. It's sad. I don't know, man. Getting old, you have so many challenges, but unfortunately, respectfully, I saw it in the chat a couple times. Stubborn comes to mind. You know,
The elderly do. They get they're very set in their ways.
very set in their ways.
Very, this is mine, don't touch it. And it's like,
Yeah, he's been doing this since 2022. Yeah, 2022. Because my mother,
that's a lot of money.
My mother passed away in September 2021, and then the first part of 2022, he dated a woman, which was, and then he ended up breaking it off with her, and then that's when he started sending this person online money.
Wow.
And he's doing it. He's doing it with gift cards like PlayStation gift cards or gift cards or stuff like that. And he tries to hide it, knowing he thinks he's good at hiding stuff, but he's not, because I find everything. And he's been trying to hide it, that he ain't been doing it the past few months or whatever. And then this past month, how I got him to say that he's been buying gift cards and stuff is that he smokes, and he asked my wife to ask me if I would get him some cigarettes. So I got him some. I got him some cigarettes. I brought him back home. I held him in my hand, and I confronted him walking through the living room.
Wow.
I said, you get paid the first of the month. I said, it's the fourth of the month. I said, where's your money at? Where's all your leftover money at? He started coming up with different things. I said, no. I said, I want you to be honest. Honesty goes a long way. I said, where's the rest of your money? He said, I bought gift cards. I said,
Oh, no.
and you're asking me to take care of you now in a habit that you have.
like almost.
It's like it happens every 30 minutes. I don't know where it's coming from, Lisa. Monty, give me those numbers, man, when you can.
I will. I gotta wait when he leaves his phone here and leaves or whatever, and then I can jump in on WhatsApp and pull all the numbers.
Yeah, please
I'll
do.
just write them all down and I'll send them to you.
But in the meantime, you guys got to go to the bank.
Yeah, I'll have to get a hold of my sister because she's the main one.
Yep, that piece of paper is what you should need.
All right, my brother. Text me tomorrow if you can, if you're not busy.
I will.
All right, bro. We appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Thank you, bub.
All right.
Good night.
Yep. Thank you, bud.
Dang. Thank you, Miss Lisa.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Oh, I cut her off by accident, guys. I'm on my computer and I didn't do it. I didn't mean to do that quick. I hit the wrong button. Gosh, I don't want to get anybody mad. All right, Rich, you're kind of freaking people out with your craziness. I appreciate if you get back to your wigs. That's kind of creepy.
Hold on. I'll go back to my normal face. Hold on. I finally figured it out.
Well, that's sad, right?
Yeah, it is very. Abracadabra is saying that she's wondering if they're the same numbers that her brother is getting scammed with in Nigeria.
Yeah, that would be good to find out. Well, we'll see if Monty can get those, and we'll see what we can do.
We had a whole call center cursing us out one time on one of those. Remember that? There was like 20 or 30 people screaming at us. I don't remember what country they were in, though. Do you?
Thank you for that. Yeah, Bree says exact same scenario. That's a shame. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it. They are relentless. All right, Rich. We had the Murdaugh thing planned out. We kind of got sidetracked on the little green people.
Yeah, it got me in trouble.
Got you in trouble. Got me in trouble.
What's up, Dex?
What's up, buddy? I want to be a cowboy. Seriously, I want to see. I want to see if they can reach out and find some family members of these missing people, man, and see if we can get some insight from some of the family members. What's going on? What do they think? You know, are they?
Yeah, that would be very interesting. I think, anyway.
Are they up in arms like we are? It's crazy. And then, you know, good old Murdaugh. There's Rich. Is there any way that he'll cop to a plea?
Yeah, I do think he could. He very well could. But the bottom line is, I bet you he's going to end up with less time. Now, I'm not saying he's going to get out as a young man because he's not, you know, he's already, 57 years old. Let's say he does half the time on the 40-year sentence, probably less. Let's say he does 18 years. He's not going to be a spring chicken. And then you add on the other charges. He's going to be there he's going to be there for a while.
I mean, his attorneys are pretty matter of fact. They will not entertain any plea. I mean, of course, we've heard that before, right?
Is what?
The attorney said he would not entertain any plea.
Well, of course he's going to say that. Of course he's going to say that. Look at me. Look, Jamie.
Oh my God.
See that?
Yeah, I did see that.
That was cool. I had frogs coming out of my head.
You had frogs coming out of your head.
Yeah, that was cool. I've never seen that before.
I've never seen that one. That was very cool. It was
Yeah,
a
me
frog. That was a frog conductor sent by who sent that? Marjorie Cook. Well, Wheeler.
Thank you, Marjorie.
Well, that's very cool.
Oh, look.
Look at you, Tex.
Thank you.
I want to be a cowboy. What's your takeaways, man? I just want 2 takeaways on the missing scientist / do you believe in UAPs / are they little green men walking amongst us?
I personally do not think that has anything to do with people from other planets. I think that it's either a foreign country that's snatching them up or it's us. That's just my opinion, you know. I don't think it has anything to do with people from outer space swooping down and grabbing them.
No, wait a minute. Do you believe in those little green people from outer space?
I do believe there's other life other than just us. And,
Okay.
I mean, it's a huge universe out there, and there's a million different places they could be. And how else do you describe these things that like the Navy goes after, and our fighter jets couldn't keep up with them? They were chasing them, and it was more than one person. I mean, we had a whole bunch of people talking about that. So it wasn't just one fighter jet pilot going, "Hey, look what I saw." They have video of it that they showed everybody. And it went into the water, and then the sub started chasing it and couldn't keep up with it. So that was something from somewhere.
Well, I don't know if the people, we're going to sign off and I'll bid you a good night, Rich, but the people probably won't even believe it. But I was actually called out of my name by a guy, and you witnessed that, and he called me something very bad.
Or are you talking about the
Yeah.
guy on the phone when he said
The
you
roofer.
were- Yeah, you're right. This guy, you know, Jamie seems to attract how do I word this? Jamie seems to attract interesting people all the time.
Yeah.
And this particular individual claimed that Jamie was a lizard.
Yeah.
A lizard person.
But it was better than that. He said something way worse than that.
He did. He said you were a dumb lizard.
He called me a dumb lizard.
He said he was a smart one, and that Jamie was one of the dumb variety.
He essentially called me an alien.
He did.
Oh,
It was an interesting conversation, wasn't it?
that could explain a lot, though, if that's true.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm real quick, guys, in the chat. We're going to get off here in about 5 minutes. I just want to let you know what I'm working on in the next couple of days. I don't know where Arlene is, but Arlene, if you're in the chat, you're going to be asked to come to the principal's office because I haven't heard from you, Arlene, and you have a job title now. So, Arlene, if you're in the chat, you need to reach out to me. If not, I'm going to have to give you a demerit.
Arlene, I'll make sure you don't get a demerit.
Guys, I reached out to a friend of mine today that is connected to the Pulse Pulse nightclub, and I did some new stuff over there recently on the anniversary with Fox. Met a young guy that was trapped in that nightclub the night of that horrible event. So I've been chatting with him for a day or two. I think I'm going to probably get him on to come here to talk about what he went through. Rich, 49 souls lost their life that night in downtown Orlando. And I think I want to hear from this survivor. He's not a victim, he's a survivor. When all the lights came on and the diagrams came out, they had an opportunity recently. Matter of fact, my wife went with me to do the news. They had an opportunity to do a walkthrough, and he realized that his best friend had been unalived less than a foot and a half from where he was hiding. He had no clue that she was there. So I think we're going to bring him on and at least acknowledge he has a couple other theories too about who may be responsible, and he thinks it's more Rich than the one guy that was arrested.
Honestly.
So I don't know if that's true or not.
Damn it, though, didn't he?
Yeah. I was just given a producer note. It says, quote, Arlene said in the Telegram chat that her son was under the weather. So I apologize to Arlene. And then the producer, and somewhat, Rich, I don't know if I like this tone of the producer here.
Trouble.
Well, the last sentence kind of bothers me. It says, quote, you clearly didn't read that.
I was going to let you stay in trouble, though.
You clearly didn't read that. I guess I need to be more, I need to pay more attention to Telegram. Alondra, thank you. Hey, but guys, give it up for Alondra and Tracy. They keep the Rift Raft out. All the guys that want to give their millions away for whatever they want to do. So, Rich, thank you for being here. See if we can get that guy on. We have a meeting tomorrow with a manager of an entertainment company, Rich, phone call we're going to get on, and we want to see how we can project this thing and make this live bigger, better, and build it. So we'll have that call about the 1 p.m. hour tomorrow.
Plan.
Close us out, my brother.
I just want to say good night, and sorry I got us all in trouble because we're all in this together. And well, actually, I should say that I'm sorry that Jamie got us in trouble, got us kicked off, throwing my name out there. And I think it's going to be interesting when we start getting some of these family members on, because I would really love to hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
And we need to pursue that one. Hopefully we can get some of them, but we'll see. And I guess we'll follow the new Murdoch case, see where that goes.
Yeah, thank you. And real quick, there's a case that's occurring in Central Florida that was an unaliving case, some road rage. The sister of the victim reached out to me today, Rich. I had done something on Fox on that story. She found the People's Crime Network on TikTok and I guess had been following us, but she may want to come on and speak about that case and her brother. Dirty Pool, once again, the Orange Osceola state attorney who is absolutely in over her head, should be replaced immediately by the governor, had struck a deal behind the scenes without the family's knowledge and was basically going to give this guy 30 minutes in the corner. The family intervened, went to court, and petitioned the judge. And the judge said, okay, you know what? We're not going to agree to that deal, state attorney. And all bets are off the table. So we may get that family member of this young man that was unalived here in Central Florida on. She's fired up, Rich, and she's ready to talk.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. Very interesting. Now we'll be back on Wednesday.
Hold on, one last producer note. The people are asking in the chat, will you be live tomorrow?
Yeah, that's why I just said Wednesday.
Let's see what happens. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. If all goes well, we'll play it by ear. And guys, throw me some good vibes and some prayers. I've got a major thing coming up on June 8th, and I'm getting clearances from my general doctor tomorrow. I have an appointment, and then I already seen my cardiologist. He said I'm in great physical health. He didn't say I was in mentally health that well, but my physical health, Rich, he said I was good to go for the surgery. And then I have a meeting with the surgeon, I think, early next week. So we're gonna get a new piece of my body replaced with some titanium.
You can set off metal detectors like I do. I actually run my handheld metal detector over my body and it goes off.
Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. You've got more screws in your body than
I do.
the hardware store. In the meantime, another producer note, Rich. Homework assignment, chat. Watch The Crash on Netflix.
Yeah, I wrote
Everyone watch The Crash if you haven't watched it. I followed that today, and it's just blowing me away, some of the information that I just read. So be sure to follow that. If we go live tomorrow night, I want to make The Crash the topic.
Gotcha. Now I have my granddaughter's birthday tomorrow night, so
Well, the PCN family comes before your granddaughter. I'm sorry to tell you. So
you know what?
you will not
I'm
be
not going to
excused.
the birthday party. There,
You said it.
I told her. I'm not going to your birthday party.
Oh Lord. All right, Bub. Thank you very much, family in the chat. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the heart me's. Those mean a lot. I'm trying to get this thing built up in the ranks. So let's keep chugging along, Rich Brown. I appreciate you, and good night.
Yep. Good night.
Good night, family.
everybody.
Thank you.